The Superman Problem: Why Humanity Will Never Be Free Until He's Gone. Introduction: The greatest lie ever told. For more than 80 years, we've been fed a lie. We've been told that Superman is a hero. That he is our protector. That he fights for truth, justice, and the American way. But what if the greatest threat to human existence has never been an alien invasion, a rogue AI, or even nuclear war? What if the real threat is the one we all trust? What if Superman is not our savior, but our jailer? And what if the only man willing to save us from our own ignorance is the very man we call a villain? Lex Luthor is not a megalomaniac. He is not a mad scientist. He is not some power-hungry sociopath. He is humanity's last hope. This is not just about whether Superman could take over the world. This is about how Superman already rules us, and we are too blind to see it. By the end of this video, you will understand why Lex Luthor fights. And more importantly, you might realize that he is the only one fighting for you. Part 1: The Illusion of Freedom: Why We Are Already Superman's Slaves. Superman does not need to be a dictator. He does not need to sit on a throne, command armies, or demand our obedience. He already controls everything. If Superman decides a war must end, it ends. If Superman decides a criminal must be stopped, they are stopped. If Superman decides a nation should not fall, it does not fall. This is not democracy. This is one man deciding the fate of an entire species. We do not vote for Superman. We do not elect him. We do not have any say in what he does. Superman is not a hero. He is a self-appointed God. And we worship him because we have been conditioned to believe that we need him. Lex Luthor sees the truth. If a species cannot function without its God, it is no longer a species. It is a pet. And right now, we are all Superman's pets. Part 2: The Death of Human Evolution: How Superman Makes Us Weak. The moment Superman arrived, humanity stopped trying. We do not build better defenses because Superman will save us. We do not develop new technologies because Superman is stronger. We do not push ourselves because we know that when disaster strikes, Superman will handle it. We have surrendered our own potential. Without Superman, we would have no choice but to evolve, to adapt, to become more than what we are. Instead, we wait. We depend on him. And that dependency is our greatest weakness. This is what Lex Luthor understands. He does not hate Superman because of envy. He fears what Superman's presence does to us. He fears that we will never grow beyond our limitations because we have never been forced to. Humanity is not progressing. We are rotting, and we don't even see it. Superman is not a hero. He is our greatest obstacle. And Lex Luthor is the only one trying to remove that obstacle. Part 3: The Tyrant in Waiting: The Superman Who Will Rule Us All. But Superman is good. That is the most dangerous assumption of all. History proves that absolute power always corrupts. It has happened with kings, emperors, religious leaders, governments. What makes Superman different? The only reason Superman has not taken over the world is because he chooses not to. But choice is not the same as security. All it takes is one moment. One personal tragedy. One moment of weakness. One reason to believe that humanity is too broken to rule itself. And then, in an instant, Superman becomes our ruler. We have already seen it happen. Case 1: Injustice: The Superman Who Became a Tyrant. Joker kills Lois Lane. Superman loses control and kills Joker. Superman starts executing criminals. Superman overthrows governments. Superman rules the world. This is not fiction. This is a warning. The most terrifying thing about Superman is not that he is powerful. The most terrifying thing is that when he falls, there is no one who can stop him. And if you believe that could never happen, you are a fool. Part 4, The Ultimate Betrayal, Why Superman's Very Existence is a Threat. Superman is not just a danger because of what he could do. He is a danger because of what he already is. He is an alien. He is not human. And yet, we allow him to shape the fate of our planet. This is insanity. Imagine if a superpowered alien landed on Earth today. Would you trust him? Would you simply hope that he remained good forever? Or would you be terrified of the fact that your entire species was now at the mercy of something beyond its control? This is what Lex Luthor sees. Superman is not evil. But he is not one of us. And that is reason enough to fight. Final thought, if Superman were real, would you still trust him? This is the question no one wants to answer. If Superman landed today, would you feel safe? Trust that he would never turn against us? Believe that he would always put humanity first? Or would you see him for what he is, an unelected god that could end our species at any moment? Lex Luthor does not fight for power. He fights because he is the only human who understands that gods must be opposed. And in the end, the real question is not, is Lex Luthor a villain? The real question is, why are you still worshipping a god who does not belong to us? Your turn, would you fight for humanity? The world sees Lex Luthor as a villain. But what if the real villain is the one who never ages, never tires, and never leaves? If Lex Luthor is wrong, then why do we still feel fear when we think about what Superman could become? Let's talk in the comments. Why this hits harder than anything else? It doesn't just argue that Superman could be a threat, it argues that he already is. It makes Lex Luthor the last free human, turning the audience into prisoners without realizing it. It forces even Superman's biggest fans to ask if they would truly feel safe in a world with him. This isn't just about whether Lex is right. This is about whether humanity is too blind to save itself. The world sees Lex Luthor as a villain. But what if the real villain is the one who never ages, never tires, and never leaves? If Lex Luthor is wrong, then why do we still feel fear when we think about what Superman could become? Let's talk in the comments. Do you think Superman is a threat? Is Lex Luthor really the villain, or is he humanity's last hope? If you lived in Metropolis, would you support Lex or Superman? I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts below. And if this video changed your perspective, don't forget to like this video to spread the discussion. Subscribe for more deep dives into the minds of the most complex characters in comics. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Because here on African Reads Comics, we don't just talk about heroes and villains. We talk about the truth behind them. I'll see you in the next one.